Hello and welcome to adding a word to our digital word wall. So because this is going to be a student-run resource, it's up to you all to keep this vocab resource going if it's something that you want to use. It's going to be used across all of the biology classes, so it's not just one class that will be responsible for it. It'll actually be 8 classes across Ms. Ratliff and Mr. America's classes. And so I'm hoping this is a great way for not only those of you who need the extra vocab help to use it and to learn from it, but also help you understand what these words mean by making a few of these word slides. So when you open up the document on slide 2, it has the written directions, but I'm going to walk you through sort of in this video tutorial on how to do it. So I'm going to be using the DNA vocab list. So I have that up here. I'm going to find a word that I want to use. Let's do the word purine. So says find the letter the word starts with. So let's go down to P for purines. Great. I'm going to add it in here. Then the next direction is add your word to the letter slide. Did that, and make a copy of the blank word slide, slide number 3, so the next slide, and drag it to the correct letter section. So I'm going to right click and say duplicate slide, so now I have a new copy of that blank slide, and I'm going to drag it all the way down to the P section here, right underneath where I added my purine word. Then number 4, complete the word slide with a scientific definition, a picture, image, or diagram showing the word and using the word in a sentence. So going all the way back down here where it says blank word slide, I'm going to put my new vocab word, purine, and a scientific definition. So I'm going to go over to Google and type in purine and see what comes up. Now, the first definition is not always the best definition, so make sure you're kind of looking through. I would not say one of the most common chemical compounds on the planet is a great definition. It's not really telling us much about what a purine is. So I'm going to keep looking. Maybe I need to redefine what I'm looking for. Purine nucleotide. Alright, so Google's not giving me a whole lot of information. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pull up the slideshow for the DNA structure. Alright, so I've pulled up the DNA structure slideshow here, and I'm going to try to find a better definition of a purine. So here we have the examples of purines. Maybe I can take from this slide and kind of make my own definition based on what I understand about this word. So it says there are 2 types of nucleotides with different nitrogen-based structures. There are purines and pyrimidines. We also know that purines are the ones with the double rings. So let's try to make up our own definition based on this new information. So I'm going back to my digital word wall. Purine. We're going to say that a purine is a nitrogen base attached to a nucleotide that contains a double ring structure. Great! I'd say that's a perfectly good scientific definition. So now let's go back to Google and find a good image. So do a quick image search. Great. I think this is it's a little small. Maybe we can find a larger one. This one looks pretty good. We can see the double rings, and it has our 2 purines, adenine and guanine. So I'm going to copy, and I'm going to go back to my word wall, paste, maybe make it a little bit smaller. It's okay if it hangs off into some of the other areas here, as long as it's not covering up the words, and using it in a sentence. Alright, let's see. There are 2 purine nitrogen bases, which are adenine and guanine. which are identified by their double ring structure. I'm going to highlight, underline, bold, and make it yellow for that vocab word so it's easy to find and pick out in that sentence. I'm gonna move this around a little bit since it can go underneath both of those sets of words. All right, we're almost done. Lastly, what we need to do is we need to link the vocab word slide to the word on the letter slide. So we need to link the purine slide with the definition and the sentence and the picture to the P slide where we wrote that first definition. So I'm going to scroll back down to my P slide. I'm going to highlight purine. I'm going to right click, drop down this menu where it says link, and then it should be the first slide that comes up where it says purine. We're going to click it, and now this will take us to our brand new purine slide. That is how you add a word to our word wall. I hope it helped.